Hi there, I wanted to share with you a galaxy pour I wanted to do today. I've had these colors on my mind for a couple weeks and I really wanted to blend them together. So for a couple years ago, I was inspired by Sarah Mack, who is a fluid artist that I really admire. And she does these huge galaxy pours. And I've done some, and they have turned out to be some of my favorite paintings over the last couple years in my fluid art journey. So I had mixed up some paints. I got some new paints. I had ordered some pigments from Pixel Paint Company. I think it's called Pixel Paint Company, Pixie Paint Company. Pixie, I can't remember. Anyway, I had received some of this stuff. It's called Boom Gel. I'm actually a Boom Gel stain. I'm not using this today, but I am using some of these Global Colors fine art acrylics. So this one is a deep sea. I have been aching for this color for I can't tell you how long. I finally found it, and I've tried to mix it. It's not quite the same. And this purple is a true purple. There's so many different purples out there. There's the dioxazine and the purple violet prism, and those are great colors. I'm actually using one of those, but I wanted this purple. This is true purple. So Global Colors, I can't get this in my local store, so I got that. I mixed my paints up with a pouring medium that I made with this Behr Deep Base Premium Plus high gloss enamel. It's untinted. It's 8300 is the formula, and it looks like clear, not clear. It kind of looks like glue, like glossy, translucent glue. And I mixed it with some of this Jo Sonja's gloss varnish. I mixed it 4 parts of the Behr, 1 part of Jo Sonja. And I mix this mix, I shake it up. It's very thick. It's like pudding. I mix it 3 parts or 4 parts of that gloss to 1 part of the paint. So like I just showed you that paint brand, or even like some tube paint, you know, like Liquitex or Amsterdam, or Master's Touch I get at Hobby Lobby. So those are great, really thick viscous, and they're too thick. I might mix it, I might add a little more Floetrol. Actually, if I want to thicken it up, I might put some Floetrol in it. But if I want to thin it down to get it to the consistency that I want, I'll use some polyacrylic, which is a Minwax product. It's a high gloss varnish, but it helps to keep the shine in the paint without dulling the color, and it thins it down. So I like to add varnish. So I often use that varnish to cover and seal my final work, but I also use it to mix in my paints. So let me go through my paints really quick. This color here is Color Place, which is a Walmart brand, Ultra Satin White. It's pre-mixed, and I mixed a little of GAC 800 to keep the colors from crazing or cracking when they dry. But you can see the consistency. The stick should fall over. Stays up for a second, then it falls over. That's the consistency I'm looking for. If it's too thick, I'll thin it down with a little polyacrylic, but this is the viscosity I'm looking for. So it stays up for a second. Here's another one. This is a blue black I've used. It's got a little color, a little iridescent to it. This is a blue and black mixed together. I wanted a really dark blue, not quite a Prussian blue. Maybe some brands of Prussian blue look like this. It's like a dark navy with a little bit of black in it. And you can see, and look at the viscosity. See, it stays up for just a second and then it falls over. So I'm not going to lie. I spent the last 2.5 hours. This one's a little thick. I've been fighting with this one. It's a really lazy drop with a stick. This might be a little thick. Well, we'll see. I'm tired of fighting with it though. I kept putting polyacrylic in it and it's like toppling over to the top. So this color is, it's Phthalo Blue with that pouring medium I showed you before that I mixed up with the Deep Base and the Jo Sonja's. And then this is a Prism Violet. I love this. That viscosity is perfect. This one here is a, let's see here. Whoops. Oh, Art Minds Blue Bonnet. mixed with some soft gloss acrylic and a little bit of paint flow in there. So look at that. Perfect. It's a little tealish, turquoise-ish. I love this color. Okay. All right, and then I've got some gold. This gold is a bastard mix. It's got like a camel metallic gold and a rose gold, and I mixed it with this really brassy gold to get this true kind of blend. And if you can see here, that's like a 24 karat, and then the peachy kind of gold hue to it. It takes away that brassiness. So, and then this is, there's another teal. It's very similar to the other one. It is a little on the thinner side. And this is a mica, which is a powder mix. It's called Pearl. It's very translucent, pearly white. And then I put some of that pouring medium with the Berry 8300 in there and the Jasonia's gloss. And then I have in here a metallic sapphire. This comes from Deco Arts. I love this color. I always go back to it. And then this one is the Global Purple. I've mixed it with the pouring medium. There are some bubbles in it because that 8300 base, I might have vigorously whipped it around in the can to get it mixed. So there it is. All right. That's pretty much it. I'm going to stack these in these 12-ounce cups, and I'm going to pour them onto these wooden round panels. They're approximately 7 inches. This one's 7 1/4. The other two are 7 inches. I cut those myself out of 1/2-inch MDF board using my jigsaw. I can use power tools. All girls can do those if they want. Okay, and I've got these propped up on a couple of medicine cups just so that when it drips down, it doesn't pool in the paint, so that the boards aren't sitting in the paint. All right, so let me start with this, this labeling. Okay, so I want to pour them down the side, and I'm going to try to hit the paint all to this side, and I'm going to pour out of that side. I always like to start with some white, not too much, because I'm going to need some of this white later. Oops, get back here, you. And then there's the third one. I want to try and get all 3 of these recorded within 15 minutes. We'll see. I'm already at 7 3/4 minutes. So, okay, I want the background of this galaxy pour to have like this starry, deep galaxy color in there. I'm going to end with this color, but I want to start with it too. And then I'm going to put some blue in next. All right. Here's that phthalo blue. It's a little thick, but... And then I'm going to put purple in next. Oh, get back here, you. Honest to God, I've been stirring paint so long. I thought, I got to get these recorded. We got some company coming over tonight, so I need to go up and do a little housework. Okay, and there's that Prism Violet. Oh, it's so pretty. Oops, I just got some blue in there. Darn you. Oh, well. I'll pour it right out. Bob is upstairs smoking a brisket on the Traeger for our company tonight. We're going to have our neighbors over. We've lived in our house for over 2 years, and we haven't really had our neighbors over yet. A little more in there. Okay. Looking forward to it. I want to put a little of that pearl in there to separate before my turquoise hits it. My goal is to have all 3 of these look kind of similar, and so they can be hung on a wall in like an ensemble because they're kind of small. Okay, next I'm going to put some gold. Ooh, I like these together. Hopefully these will turn out. With fluid art, you really can try your best to make things happen, but sometimes it's not how it works. See, that is thick. Ooh, I'm worried about that. I like my paints to have this thicker consistency, but not this thick. But the goal is that the colors don't blend too much, and if the paint was really thin, you're not gonna, the colors are gonna kind of spill into each other and start to mix. Okay, let's get a little bit of white in there. Actually, I want to go a little blue. Let's put some of that sapphire in there. Ooh, I like that together. Also, when you're pouring them in this cup, if it's really thick, they'll like spill in. I'm sorry, if it's really thin, they'll mix inside the cup before you even pour them out. Okay, we're going to put a little purple in. Actually, I should put a little gold in between. Just a little bit. You see, I did spill some teal. Put a little white in there. This satin creates clouds. It's a different viscosity, not viscosity, but it's a different finish compared to the acrylic, the satin enamel is. And so it kind of bubbles up and makes a cloud formation, which I really think is cool. Okay, let's see. We do the purple. And this is it's a mystical green. This was a Master's Mind, like Master's it's M-A-S-T-E-R. So it's like a, it's a metallic. Okay, it's a metallic color line, and I really love it. Okay, let's go with a little of this purple again. What's it? Prism Violet. Prism, not prison. Alright, sometimes when you put purple and teal next together, it takes on a little brown tone, so we'll see. I don't want it to look muddy. Okay, and I'm going to go with the pearl. Well, see, the volume on this is higher than this one. I have to add a little more into that one. Not too much in that one. Okay. And then a little white. Just a little. And then I want a tad bit of gold because I want some sunset look in this galaxy here. And then I'm going to go with the black, or the blue black, I should say. Wait, no, I think I got to do a little blue. Just a dab of this phthalo. I like phthalo and gold next to each other. Okay, and then we'll go with this blue black. So this is going to, whatever colors are in the top are going to hit the board first. Okay. All right. Let me move these off to the side. Excuse my reach. Actually, I need a little more of the sapphire. I can't help myself. I love the sapphire. Okay. Get all these guys out of the way. Okay, right in there. We're gonna start with a little white. If we don't put some white, some base paint, it's kind of like pillows the colors that are gonna go down on it. The colors will spill into each other and they'll kind of drag across the board. So we need a little bit of floater paint. This is mixed a little thin. That's okay. Because the purpose of this is not for it to be seen, but for things to float over it. And I don't know if you can tell, there are some bubbles in here. That'll help get rid of them. The bubbles will look like chicken pox on the canvas if they're still there when it dries. I'm going to actually put a torch on it. There, now they pop. It's good to get those off if you can. Sometimes I poke them with a stick. That's just a little Dremel torch. You don't want to torch paints too much because the fumes are... Okay, that just helps it drag. I've heard people say that, oh, fluid art, it's just dumping paint. But what they don't see is all the mixing and the thinking and the practicing and the paint you waste to get to a point where you can have something that actually looks decent. It's really, it's tiring to try and explain yourself, but people just don't see abstract art in their brain. They don't get it. Okay. I feel like this needs a little more. This is not even. That makes me mad. We'll set it there. There we go. Is that even a frame? Yeah, it is. Okay. I feel like this needs a little bit more. That's a lot more. Because I don't want the paint to drag. If it drags, it's going to mix. And then any composition that you've worked hard with your consistency of your mixing. Get back here, you. This table is not even right here. Okay. So I went to an art show last night in Harvard. It was really cool. And I saw some fluid art that I could see that the people were a little challenged with their mixes. And I've made those mistakes before. And it just takes a lot of practice. All right, so here we go. These are ready. I need that torch again. I'm gonna pour the first one. I'm still on screen, okay. So all the paint got poured on this side. This is the side I'm pouring out of. Oh wow, I've got way too much paint in this cup. I'm going to continue on this one. My table is not level, I can tell. Look at these ribbons I made in the center. I don't know if I'm going to like that. Those were 12-ounce cups that I filled up to about the 9-ounce mark. And it was too much for a 7-inch round. Okay, there's way too much paint. We're going to let that drip off. Mine screen. Oops. I think I'm going to have to get a square canvas, and I am going to go over 15 minutes. Let's see. This is pretty though. I love the phthalo blue. I like the gold ribbons in there. This is not what I envisioned because the board is too small. This reminds me of ribbon candy at Christmas time. It's pretty though. There's a lot of paint on there. I'm gonna have to get some bigger canvases for these other two, thankfully. See, it's dripping. Darn you, get back here. I'm making sure the sides are covered, and they are. I'm not even going to torch this one. I'm going to set it in my drying pan. Okay, this one here, see how that's over there? I'm going to put a little wet on there and then tilt it, and then the paint won't drag on the dry spot. All right. Hopefully the blues and greens together won't dry muddy, but I do like this. It's very ethereal, like you're looking into the clouds and the sky, like a sunset. All right. Here's number 3. This is more like a line pour. I'm just stretching the paint to cover the board. This is going to make me lose a little bit of that line definition that I started with, but it still will be singular strands. Like you'll still be able, they won't mix because my paint viscosity was thick. Boy, the metallic in there is really coming through. This was a board that I had scraped the painting because I didn't like it. Or sometimes while the painting is drying, I like drop it or something, and then it's ruined. Okay, my sides are all covered now. I think somebody's gonna like that. It's pretty. All right, well, I still have 2 cups of paint. I'm gonna find a place to put this. All right, for the last one, I have a larger canvas. My canvas is, actually, I think I'll start another video. This canvas is 10 by 20. So I'm going to stop this video and start another one for the next one because I don't want my video to be too long.